I'm Steph Garcia with D1 Ticker and Collegiate Sports Connect, and I'm delighted to be joined by Robby Ray, Assistant AD and Chief Marketing Officer at UC Irvine, to discuss the open Director of Marketing position with the Anteaters. Thanks for joining me, Robby.
Stephanie, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, we're excited to talk about this role, but first, this is a position that is going to report directly to you. What traits and qualities do you most value in a team member?
Sure. I think first and foremost, I'm looking for someone who's going to be passionate or is passionate about working in athletics, working in collegiate athletics specifically, eager to build. We are a young brand, a growing brand, one not held down by tradition, and really need someone who's willing and able and excited for the opportunity to roll up their sleeves and get to work and build something special here with us. And then have the ability to work with a variety of stakeholders. So it's really a position where you're going to be working with students, campus, administrators, faculty, staff, internal stakeholders, community members. So really need to be able to embrace that communication and opportunity to change things up on a daily basis. Can I speak a little bit about the role itself?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to be focused on building a fan base. I think put down in its most simplest terms. So this position is really focused on the student programming aspect. So that's connecting with campus partners, student partners. So think student government, dorms, fraternities and sororities, that kind of thing. We have a very robust on-campus student population, and we're looking to connect with them, especially coming off of a full year without having students on campus. And then with building our campus partnerships, so dining, rec center, right, things of that nature, both in terms of building programming, but also channels of distribution, right, to get our messages and our events out there. And then community partnerships. Think local school districts, right, and things of that nature, building programming that essentially drive fans to our events and help either strengthen fandom or create new fans. The position is going to be focused on, or will have ownership of our cross-promotional calendar. So what that looks like for us are affinity groups, cause marketing initiatives, themed weeks, so breast cancer awareness. We just came off of Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week, maybe a Hispanic Heritage Month, and really making sure that that's on our calendar and that all the internal stakeholders are aware and activating in their areas on those key themes and weeks for us. And then there'll be sport-specific responsibilities. So you've got you're going to own sports and work very closely with those head coaches and student athletes to build marketing and communication calendars to support those sports. It's a very heavy email and marketing automation component to actually get the communication pieces out once we've settled on what that calendar is going to look like, and a focus on revenue generation, I think, in that area. So trying to drive ticket sales and support our sponsorship activities. And then lastly, this position is our student internship coordinator. So it's recruiting, hiring, training our student intern staff, and then runs our kids club as well. So the junior Anteaters.
There is so much there, so much to this role. Do you have any insight into what specific sports programs this position could oversee?
Sure. Yeah, they're going to work. They're going to work closely with soccer, volleyball, women's basketball. Those are going to be the primary sports. So
that's exciting. There, as we said, there is so much here. Are there any specific experiences that you would most like to see in candidates, whether that's, a strong background in, digital media marketing or leadership opportunities and overseeing staff? Is there anything that you're most intrigued by in a candidate?
It's a good question. Probably go back to some of what I touched on before, but having that experience building student relationships on a robust campus, I think is really pivotal for this position. And being excited about that, knowing where those touch points are on campus and how to build or a track record of having built successful partnerships. And then I think a bonus would be comfort level and familiarity with robust email marketing automation background, although willing to train for that as long as someone comes in and has the right attitude and is a quick learner. But being able to build sales pipelines for our ticket sales staff and think about those that kind of communication ecosystem in that way.
Are there any internal metrics that you and your team will use to kind of just judge the progress for this hire?
Yeah, so we'll set specific goals for each of our sports. They're usually shared goals within the external unit as a whole. So we're looking at database growth. We're looking at actual attendance at our events, revenue generation, number of touch points that we've had out in the community. And then we track progress pretty much in real time throughout the year to see where we are and how we're doing. If we need to adjust, we sit in a very, very busy media market, which I'm sure we'll touch on later. So we don't have the opportunity to kind of sit back and wait to see how things play out. We need to be on top of it.
Let's talk about that a little bit more. UC Irvine is in this major sports media landscape. Is it important to you and the team to carve out a niche in the LA market, or is it more important to kind of over-engage your robust student community, alumni base, campus community? Where is the direction that we're going here?
Yeah, we want to own Orange County. I think, simply put, that's what we're trying to do. We sit in the second largest media market in the country, behind New York. So if you picture Irvine sits right in the heart of Southern California, so we're 40 miles south of LA, 5 miles from Newport Beach, 20 minutes from Disneyland, about 100 miles from San Diego. So we have the opportunity to reach into all of those communities, but we're really focused on our backyard currently, and there's so much opportunity that sits right here in Orange County itself.
So this is definitely a position for someone who wants to come and build right away.
Absolutely.
So to wrap this up, it might be a silly question, but sell me on living in Irvine. If there are people who maybe think California is a little out there, what would you say to candidates who are interested in this role, but not quite sure what Irvine and the community looks like?
Sure. It's paradise. I think I'll start there. And the city of Irvine itself and the campus, it's 5 miles from the ocean. If you're into that kind of thing, and Newport Beach is our neighbor. We sit in the entertainment capital of the world, right? Both from a sports perspective. If you're a sports fan, which most of us are, we've got 2 of every professional sports team within quick driving distance. Every theme park imaginable. The city of Irvine is regularly the safest city, or one of the safest cities in the country. Great school districts. If you've got kids, the UC system itself is a really phenomenal place to work. We're part of one of the world's top university systems, and we're very proud of that. And then UC Irvine is a very dynamic, exciting place to work and be a part of. We're in a growth phase. right now, both from a campus and an athletic department, having tremendous success kind of across the board. So I think it offers quite a bit for everybody.
Well, I'm sold. This sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing more insight with us, Robby. And we're looking forward to following along with this new hire. So go Anteaters.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steph.